Alright, today I'm going to talk about the rumors surrounding Hendrick Motorsports and how they can possibly go from a 4-car team to a 3-car team in 2021. But before I get into the video, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Barry Griggs, Mr. Joseph Dunn, Mr. Mike Pace, and Mr. Todd English for all they've done and gave me. I just can't thank them enough. And let's get started.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Alright here. There have been some rumors going around lately that Hendrick Motorsports will go from a 4-car team to a 3-car team in 2021. And this was first reported by Lee Spencer, a pretty reliable source, I guess you can say. And it was stating that there's been talk going around that Alex Bowman is going to drive the 48 car in 2021. This can mean a lot of things. One, they're going to shut that 88 down. And then two, they might just do that because Bowman doesn't have a full season of sponsorship and Allies there for 2 more full seasons, I think it is. So it's going to fit perfect. And they're going to have the 88 car wide open. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. I think they're going to shut down the 88 car. And with these time and ages we're living in, they're going to sell it. And selling it is going to be giving them a lot of money. Because there's a lot of teams out there right now, trust me, when I say this, there's going to be a lot of teams out there willing to pay lots of money for a charter. And for how a charter works, for many of you don't know how it goes, it guarantees you into every NASCAR Cup Series event. And it can go anywhere from low to high 7 digits. And depending on where Alex Bowman finishes, if they were to sell his charter, he might finish inside the top 5 in the point standings this year. And it might go for maybe $10 million, which is 8 digits. And trust me when I say this, Rick Hendrick would not be hesitant to sell this. He will sell this in a heartbeat. So this is a lot of money here. It's a win-lose situation because they're going to lose a driver or a car and a crew chief and so much other stuff. But it's business. But one thing out of all of this has made me think a little bit. What's going to happen with the crew chief situation? Last offseason, Roger Penske shocked the whole entire NASCAR world when he decided to change up the crew chief lineup for all 3 of his drivers. Brad Keselowski, who had Paul Wolfe last year, now has Jeremy Bullins, and they got 2 wins so far. One was at the Coca-Cola 600, and then one was at Bristol. Both of those races, Keselowski didn't really dominate, but he was at the front at the right time. And then Joey Logano, he had last year Todd Gordon, which I think was the best crew chief in that Penske stable. But this year, he's got a whole nother crew chief, which is Paul Wolfe, who's coming over from Brad Keselowski. He won 2 races early on. He won the Las Vegas race, and he won the Phoenix race. The race right before the whole pandemic started in NASCAR, the season paused. And ever since they came back, Logano has been probably, I can say this without hesitating, has been the worst Penske car, my bad. Out of all 3 of them, he's in the top 10 week in, week out. Don't get me wrong here. But Blaney and Keselowski are on a whole another zip code when it comes to speed. Logano struggles on the longer runs, while the other 2 just dominate on the long runs. And that's what's going to cost him when it comes to playoffs. But right now, it's not the playoffs. He's locked into the playoffs, so he doesn't have to worry about this. But then Blaney obviously went from Jeremy Bullins to Todd Gordon. Like I said, Todd Gordon was probably the best crew chief out of that stable. But flipping it over to Hendrick Motorsports, I think they're going to have a big change-up. I think Rick Hendrick is going to look at that and possibly do that to his organization. Right now, Chase Elliott's crew chief is Alan Gustafson. Him and Alan have a couple wins together. And I highly believe that they're going to switch them apart if this were to happen. I think they will put in Cliff Daniels to be his crew chief for 2021. Cliff Daniels has been the crew chief for Jimmy Johnson for the last year and a half. He has yet to get a win, but he's been up. His car setups have been probably one of the best of the whole stable. So I think if a good setup and a good driver, you never know. A lot can happen. And for the 24 car, which is right now driven by William Byron, I think he's going to get a new crew chief, obviously. Right now it's Chad Canals, but I think it's going to go to Alan Gustafson. Alan Gustafson is a good crew chief. He's a crew chief 24 back when Jeff Gordon and Chase Elliott started driving it. So he's going to go back to the 24, and you never know, a lot can happen. But right here is probably going to be where it's going to get interesting. You got 2 crew chiefs left. You're going to have Greg Ives, who's been with Alex Bowman for majority of his NASCAR career. And you're going to have Chad Canals. It's going to be if Chad Canals is willing to give Greg Ives a call, or I just don't know how it's going to go. I highly believe that they're going to put Chad Canals back in the pit box for the 48 team in 2021, calling the shots for Alex Bowman. Ouch. But I think they're going to take a major change this offseason if the Hendrick Motorsports goes to a 3-car team, which is more than likely going to happen. But everybody, though, comment down below and tell me what you think about all of this going on. Do you think Hendrick Motorsports downsize? Do you think they'll add a driver such as Brad Keselowski, Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Clint Boyer, Ty Dillon? So many names out there, and Noah Gragson. So many names out there that are candidates for an open ride at Hendrick Motorsports if one to happen. But comment down below if you agree or disagree with my comments, and please like and subscribe.